Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante.
Right. Good evening, Dharma friends. Welcome back to the
Good evening,
online other reading class, day 24. So we will be starting off class now, and today we will be discussing a new sutta. All right, so let's get started by paying homage to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Sister Sunita. Right, so today we will be going to study about the next sutta, which is called as Nidhikaṇḍa. Nidhikaṇḍa. See, that's a little bit. Yeah, see, Nidhikaṇḍa. So, although the translation goes by the reserve fund, it's kind of a contextual meaning, not the literal meaning. And we have to find out the meaning of the Nidhikaṇḍa first. Sister Sujata's offering of milk rice to the Buddha was added here because this sutta is about the punya, merits. 8th sutta. You can go to the Buddha Pata, you can see Saranataya, the triple gem, Dasikkhapada, the 10 precepts, Dvattin Sakara, the 32 parts of the body, and Kumarapanya, the boys' questions, Mangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Tirukutta Sutta, and Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. Right, so there are different translations for Nidhikaṇḍa. Right. What does Nidhi means in Pali? Anybody knows? Nidhi? Nidhi.
Hidden treasure. Hidden treasure.
Yeah, Nidhi. Nidhi is a hidden treasure. Right? Nidhān. The word called Nidhān. And if you can remember a Pali stanza which talks about Nidhi can be seen in Dhammapada. Let's take a look at that verse 2. Nidhikaṇḍa pavattara. Yes, Pandita Vakya, right? Yeah, Pandita Vakya. Nidhikaṇḍa pavattara. Yang passe vajradasena. Niggayavadin medhavi. Tadi sampannidam bhaje. Tadi sambhajamanas. Seyuhuti napravya. See, so the example that a wise person is trying to show to someone who is not wise, should one see a wise man who likes a revealer, a treasure, right? Points out faults and reapproves, let one associate with such a wise person. It be better. Not worse for him who associate with such a wise one. So the word nidhi, right? Nidhi means it's not just a treasure, it is what you call by hidden treasure. Khanda. Khanda. I'm trying to show you that the translation does not go by the literal words over here. The translation that you see as reserve fund has been given by looking at the larger broader meaning of the sutta. Khanda means khanda?
Savings.
Savings? Khanda? Are you sure?
Does it mean parts, Bhante?
Yeah, it could be a small portion. Khanda, right? But it's not khanda. Khanda, right? A small portion of something. Now you see that there are a lot of nidhis, hidden treasures in the world, right? You could see a gem, probably not many people can understand, right? Find out. So out of all the nidhis, those hidden treasures, this represent a nidhi in a different context. So you could say Nidhikaṇḍa, small portion of nidhi, right? Khanda means small portion, maybe a portion. Why it has become a portion? Because there are a lot of hidden treasures out there in the world. Maybe stones, maybe other things, right? But if you look at the sutta, on top of that general idea, the sutta talks about something much bigger than a hidden treasure. It talks about punya, merits, right? The good karma. So the overall idea is that a lot of people, they hide at that time, those precious things, probably under certain places, right? So then what happens? For whatever the reason, the king can find it out. Maybe the thieves can come and rob, right? Steal the stuff. But if you do good karmas, those good karmas cannot be taken away by anybody, even by a king, even by anybody, right? So they go with you. If you can remember that there are a lot of teachings about this Nidhāna. There's one teaching about Nidhāna. Let me probably write for you here. There are 4 types of Nidhānas. The first one is Jangama Nidhāna. Second is Thāvara Nidhāna. Third is Angasama Nidhāna. Fourth is Anugamika Nidhāna. Let me write them for you here. Jangama. Put this way. Jangama Nidhāna. Thāvara Nidhāna. Angasama Nidhāna. Anugamika Nidhāna. This way. Now we have to find out what they are, right? Jangama Nidhāna. Jangama Nidhāna means any mobile treasures you have. What are the mobile treasures you may carry? It depends on the time, right? It might be money, it might be a mobile phone, might be a automobile, it might be something else that you can carry. Remember, there are some petas, hungry petas, who can carry their mansions wherever they go. Interesting, right? You can't carry your house wherever you go, right? You can keep the house somewhere and then you have to make sure the safety is there. But there are petas, some kind of petas. They are called as Vimana petas. Wherever they go, they bring their mansion. I think you could probably think about a house like what kind of house is that? There are some houses a container can bring wherever they are going, right? Is a rancher? Probably a rancher, maybe a mobile house, right? But it is not a mobile house. It's a mansion. So the petas can carry. Anyways, whatever the things you can carry, precious things you can carry with you, they are called as Jangama Nidhāna. So is it a hidden treasure? It is not a hidden treasure. Probably you might hide it. Right? Sometimes you are not bringing out a lot of showing the good things you have, right? Maybe you have a very expensive bag, right? You might not show it to other people. You might keep it in your wardrobe. But anyways, whatever the stuff you can carry, they are called Jangama Nidhāna. The first one. Then the second, Thāvara Nidhāna. Thāvara means what you call immobile ones. I would say real estates, right? Probably real estate, probably some of the things you cannot carry, but they are yours, right? You can't carry, but they are under you. They are called Thāvara Nidhāna. Then the third one, Anga Sama Nidhāna. Anga Sama, what is Anga? Anga. What does Anga mean?
Limbs or factors.
Anga, one meaning is limbs, but here Anga means body, right? Because body is a collection of limbs, right? Anga. When you say Anga Sama, body-like pressure. What is body-like pressure? Body-like pressure. There's some, you could say things that you can carry, they're going to be Jangama Nidhāna. Things you cannot carry, but they are yours, they are called Thāvara Nidhāna. And things, there could be things or not. How do we understand Anga Sama? Anga Sama Nidhāna means your wisdom, your knowledge, your probably, I would say your wisdom, right? Wherever you go, you are representing yourself, right? Nobody can take it. Right? Anga Sama means your knowledge. I would say in a better word, wisdom. Maybe your knowledge, maybe wisdom or something like that. Then, this is very interesting. Anugamika Nidhāna. This is about our topic. Anugamika. What is Anugamika? Gamika means going. Gamika means going. Going according to certain something. What is going according to something? What is going according to something? How are our karmas going? Are they going just the way how karmas want to go, or are karmas going because of certain structures that we have created by us?
The dates that we create.
Karmas are going according to how we create them.
Yeah.
They don't go random. They don't go, what you call, on their own. They go the way we create them. Right? So Anugamika means all our karmas. They are following us. Right? They are following us, good or bad karmas. Now the Buddha says Anugamika Nidhāna means karmas. You could call it merits, demerits, punya, kusala, but we will be discussing that today. So now you could see that the word Nidhāna has been given to these four, but they are not, of course, hidden treasures all the time. They could be hidden treasures, but there are people who are not showing that they are wise enough, and they are just keeping their, they are just keeping them silent. They are not talking a lot. They are very, what do you call, the calm beings sometimes, don't want to talk. But they are carrying lots of treasures. It might be hidden until they talk about it. Subject. So, going back to the topic. Here. Now, I went to talk about Nidhi. Yeah? This Nidhi. Khanda portion. Nidhi. Nidhi means treasure. Now here, according to the sutta, it could be a hidden treasure. Now when you say reserve fund, now when you do your wealth management, you are not talking to everybody, I have money, I have planned this way, that way, right? It's mostly a reserve fund that you are saving, like RRSP, something for yourself in the future. You could consider your good karmas could be a kind of reserve fund at a certain point, right? Nidhikaṇḍa. All right, let's go and check it out, the first stanza. Nidhiṃ nidheti puriso gambhire udakantike athe kiche samuppanne atthaya me bhavisati. Nidhiṃ nidheti puriso gambhire udakantike athe kiche samuppanne atthaya me bhavisati. Right? Okay, so we're going to be asking our groups now to read. First, group 1, somebody from group 1. Yes. Group 2. Yes, Indra. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Nidhiṃ nidheti puriso gambhire udakantike athe kiche samuppanne atthaya me bhavisati.
Great. Yeah. Group 3.
Thank you.
Bhante, can I try
Yes.
first?
Yes, Corina.
Nitim nidhiti puriso gambire udakantike ate kiche samupane ataya me bhavasati.
Okay, good. I think I haven't written here. Anugam Kanidana means karmas. Huh? Karmas. Good and bad. All right. So the translation is complete. And then group 4.
Bhante, Guihua here. Can I read?
Yes. Yes, sorry. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante. Nidhiṃ nidheti puriso gambire udakantike ate kiche samupane atthaya me bhavisati.
Correct. Group
Thank
5.
you.
Group 6. Group 7.
Bhante, may I try?
Okay.
May
Yes.
up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Nidhiṃ nidheti puriso.
Nidheti.
Sorry? Sorry, Bhante. Can you pronounce
Nidhiṃ.
again?
Yes, nidhiṃ nidheti.
Oh, sorry.
Not her.
Oh, nidhiṃ nidheti puriso. Gambire udakan. No.
Udakantike.
Udakantike. Ate kicha samupane.
Kiche.
Oh, kiche. Ate kiche samupane ataya me bhavasi sati.
Yeah.
Very poor
Bhavisati.
reading.
Bhavisati.
Sorry,
Yeah?
Bhante.
Atthaya me bhavisati.
Bhavisati.
Yeah, great. can do your own reading, few more
Yes,
times.
Bhante.
Yes. All right. So sit group 8 now. Group 8. Right. If not, we're going to be asking the general audience, probably anybody who would like to read. Maybe I can ask from Shirley.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Nitim niteti kuiso gambire udakantike ate kiche samutane athaya me bhavisati.
Athaya me bhavisati. These 8 sounds, remember? They must be pronounced with an aspirate. Gambhi, ni, dhing, ni, dhi. See, yeah. That's good.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. All right, Susan.
Thank you. Nidhin, nidheti kuriso, gambire, udakantike, ate kiche samupane, atayame bhavisite,
Athaya me bhavisati.
atayame bhavisati,
Bhavisati.
bhavisati,
Yeah, bhavisati. Yeah.
bhavisati.
Great.
Thank
Right.
you.
Then Pochuwong.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Nidim nideti puriso gambire udakantike ate kiche samupane ataya me bhavisati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Yes. Who else? Yeah, Chong Aklan. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Nitim niteti puriso, gambire utakantike, ate kiche samupane, ataya me bhavisati.
Great. Okay, who else? Yeah, so Kunling. Go ahead.
Okay, Bhante, thank you, Bhante. Okay, nidim nideti puriso gambire udakatike ate kiche samupane athaya me bhavasati.
Bhavisati, yeah? Bhavisati.
Bhavisati.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Then we have Nine Chen, yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Nidim nideti puriso, gambire uda kantike, ate kiche samupane, ataya me bhavisati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Others? Anybody?
Can I try, Bhante?
Yes, please.
With you here.
Yes.
Nidim nideti puriso gambire udakantike ate kiche samupane ataya me bhavisati.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Yes, great. All right. We don't get any others. Take one more minute. Right, so let's move on to the next one. Save the time. Saving the time is important. All right. Oh, this has couple lines actually, not just a stanza. You know, there are some, what do you call, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know. So these are certain Pali stanza patterns, they are not always 4 lines. Sometimes it could go for 6 lines, you know. This is one of them. Let's see. Rajatova Durutassa Chorato Pilitasava Inassava Pamokkaya Dubbikhe Apadasuva Etadattaya Lokasmin Nidhi Nama Nidhiyati. One more time. Rajato va Durutassa Chorato Pilitasava Inassava Pamokkaya Dubbikhe Apadasu Etadattaya Lokasmin Nidhi Nama Nidhiyati. All right. Asking the group 1. Anybody from group 1? Group 2? Yes, Susan.
Thank you. Rajatova Durutassa Chorato Pilitasava Inasava Pamakaya Dupike Apadasuva Etadataya Lokasmin Nidhi Nama Nidhiyati.
Great. Yes.
Thank you.
Group 3.
No one try. Can I try Bhante Korea?
Yes, that's correct now.
Rajatowa Durutasa Chorato Pilitasawa Inasawa Panokaya
Inasawa what? Inasawa?
Inasawa Pamokaya Dubiki Apadasuwa Etadataya Lokasmin Niti Nama Ditiyati.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Group 4. Group 5. Group 6. Oh, scared of making a mistake. Group 7. Oh, group 8. Finally. CHR, you from group 7?
Group 8.
Group 8. Okay, good.
Is it okay to read now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Rajatova Durutassa Chorato Pilitasawa Inasawa Pamukkaya Dubbike Apadasuwa Etadattaya Lokasmin Nidhi Nama Nidhiyati.
Great.
Thank you.
Right. So I'm going to be asking B-Ling first and then Sichu. B-Ling, are you with us?
Yes, yes, yes. But
Okay,
the chat, but the screen, I cannot see the top. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Rajatova Durutassa Chorato Pilitasava Inasava Pamokaya Dubike Apadasuva Etadattaya Lokasmin. Am I right? Okay. Nidhi Nama Nidhiyati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
And we have Chu.
Okay, can I try? I try Bhante.
Sister, yes, go ahead.
Where am I now? Okay. Rajatova durutasa. Chorato pilitasava. Inasava pamodakaya. Dubike apadasuva. Eta dataya lukasmin. Nidit nama nidit yati.
Yeah, Nidhi, Nama, Nidhi. Yes, good.
Nidit yati.
Yeah, good.
Thank
Right,
you.
then Oi.
Bhante, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Rajatowa durutasa. Charato hilitasa. Sorry. Chorato hilitasa wa. Inasa wa pamakaya. Dabike. Dubike apadasuwa. Etadataya lokasmin. Nidhi nama nidiyati.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, Samana.
Bhante Asana. Rajato wa durutasa. Chorato pilitasava. Inasa wa pamukaya. Dubike apadasuwa. Ekadataya lokasmi. Niki nama nikiyati.
Okay, great.
Bhante.
Then we have Chong Pakla. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Rajatova duratasa.
Durutasa.
Durutasa. Chorato pilitasava. Inasava pamokaya. Kaya. Dubike apadasuva. Etadataya lokasmin. Nidhi nama nidiyati.
Okay, so if you go back to the third line over here, could you read again this part?
Okay. Inasava pamokaya.
Yes. Inasava pamokaya. Right? Because if you say just kaya, this is another meaning, right?
Okay.
Is another meaning.
Okay.
Another meaning. Yeah, great. Other than that, okay. Then
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Rajatova durutasa. Chorato pilitasava. Inasava pamukaya. Dupike apadasuva. Etadataya lokasmin. Nidhi nama nidiyati.
All right, great.
Thank
We
you.
have Indra.
Thank you, Bhante. Rajato wa durutasa. Chorato pilitasava wa. Inasa wa pamakaya. Dubike apadasuwa. Etadataya lokasmin. Nidhi nama nidiyati.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Right. So anybody else? Yes. Anybody else would like to read? Yeah, Sakul.
Okay, Bhante. Okay, thank you, Bhante. Rajatova durutasa. Chorato pilitasava. Inasava pamokaya. Dubike apadasuva. Etadataya lokasmin. Nidhi nama nidiyati.
Nidhi. Okay, great.
Nidiyati. Thank you, Bhante.
And we have an I Chen.
Thank you, Bhante. Rajatova durutasa. Chorato pilitasava. Inasava pamokkaya dubike apadasuva eta tattaya lokasmin nidhi nama nidhiyati.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Right. Anybody else?
Can I try,
Looks like-
Bhante?
Okay.
Can I try,
Okay.
Bhante?
Are you Christy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Sorry. Rajato wa durutasa, chorato pilitasa wa, inasa wa pamokkaya, dubike apadasu wa. Eta dattaya lokasmin, nidhi nama nidhiyati.
Nidhi nama nidhiyati.
Nidhiyati.
No, nidhi nama nidhiyati.
Nidhi nama nidhiyati. Is that?
Yeah.
Nidhi nama nidhiyati.
Yeah, nidhiyati, not nidhiyati. You can say like people when people pronounce 5 precepts. Panatipata viramani sikha padang padang samadhiya. Sikha padang nidhi nama nidhiyati, not nidhi nama nidhiyati.
Nidhiyati.
Nidhiyati. Nidhiyati.
Nidhiyati.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, small thing. All right, so let's get to our discussion now. But before I go to the explanation part, let me ask you, has anybody ever read this sutta before? No. Is it very new to all of you? Very new. Interesting. I think you must have read Tirokuta Sutta before our studying, right? A little bit. Maybe. Oh, it's also the first time. All right. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now, I already explained to you, Nidhi means a hidden treasure. But Nidhi has a bigger meaning. I would say there are 4 types of Nidhis. Jangama, Thavara, Angasama, and Anugamika. Anugamika means all the karmas. Actually, Nidhi in this context will mean this Anugamika Nidana at the end. But Nidhi in the first place will mean these 2, Jangama and Thavara. Let's see. Khanda means a small portion. So if you look at the meaning of the words, it could be a small portion of hidden treasures, because there are a lot of hidden treasures out there. But the bigger meaning is not that, right? To get the bigger meaning, you have to read the whole sutta and then to understand. That bigger meaning says it is the reserve fund which comes in the perspective of punya. I would say good karmas. Nidhing nidheti puriso gambhire udakanti athe kiche samupanni athaya me bhavisati. Now, this is what happens to many people at that time. Even in today's world, you see this. Puriso. Puriso means? Puriso?
Man.
A man. Why did the Buddha not always pick a lady, a woman? Why he is always picking man? Good question, right? If you see, if a man were to do this, if a man were to go there, if a man were to this and that, why? It's all man.
It includes the woman also. A man, general term of people, man, a man. A human.
If you say manusso, yes.
Oh.
If you say manusso, yes. Manusso is human. It is a unisex word. What about if we say puriso? Puriso is not woman.
Oh.
Purisa itti. Purisa means a male. Itti means a woman. The reason is he had to give his dhamma according to the society. That society was male-dominated society. Right? This is why I'm telling people have to understand how did the Buddha talk to people and how do we understand this. because he could not bypass the what you call the notions, assumptions of the society. Then people will not listen to him. So he had to go by that. But if he were to be born now, he would talk in a different way. He might have picked up both genders, maybe more than two genders. Nowadays, there are lots of discussions going on. There are not even man, woman, many other. So that means the Buddha understood how to talk to people. That means when we understand the Dhamma, we have to understand how to present this Dhamma to somebody. So it is not a man-based Buddhism. The reason why he picked up man was just to tell this male-dominated society that this is the Dhamma. Right? Puriso. Purisa and Manusa, they are two words. Manusa means humans and Purisa means man. I would say maybe a male. Puriso, a man. Nidhin. Nidhin means, now this is the issue. Now actually I added this fund savings to understand the bigger meaning. But here it's a hidden treasure. A man, nidheti, stores his or her, in our understanding, treasures. Right? That means at that time of India, what they do, they sometimes, they mostly bury their treasures. Any examples, any story where you find out this thing?
Anathapindika?
Did Anathapindika bury his stuff?
He buried near the river or something like that, and then it was washed away. One of the.
All right.
Okay. Is it that, Bhante?
Yeah, his wealth was washed away by flood. Remember that story that he was very upset about it. He couldn't have money to offer dana, right? That's one incident, but it's not very much popular actually. Other very chaotic stories about burying treasures somewhere. You could say when somebody is to bury the treasure, it's going to be a hidden treasure somewhere. Any good example from the suttas? Okay, Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. What's the name of the sutta? Chula Kamma, Chula or Chula, same. Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. The shorter analysis of the karma, the what you call exposition of the karma, short analysis. There's another sutta called Maha Kamma Vibhanga, the greater analysis. Now the background story to the Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta says that Subha, young man, he asks a question from the Buddha. Bhante, why there are people who are living long? Why some people die faster? Why some are very handsome, pretty? Why some are not? Why some are accepted everywhere? Why some are rejected everywhere, wherever they go? Why some are very wise? Why some are not? Right? Some of the questions, right? Probably, I think, 7, 8 dimensions, things about the society of people. Then the Buddha said, Kammang Satya Vibhajati Yadidang Hina Panitataya. Subha, the reason is Kamma, right? But Kamma is not the only reason why people experience different things. How do we know that? This is why you have to always consult a teacher. The sutta says, Ekacho. Ekacha means some men and women. They die, they live longer, while others live shorter. Some. That means there may be other reasons for people to live longer. Now, for instance, if you were born in a country where there is a good diet, good, I would say, meal consciousness about what they are eating, maybe they are eating well, mostly, that culture can give you longevity in a way. But you might say, no, because of the good karma, he was born in that country, right? I mean, I'm not saying countries with karma. I mean, it depends, right? It is not always the karma. But the Buddha says, some individual. In our understanding, it could be the most. In this story, there's a background story. The background story was that his father passed away sometime, probably a couple weeks ago. And then Subba, his name was Todeya. Subba wanted to invite the Buddha over to his house to give dana. So he got a new dog. So at that time, maybe there may have been a way that the dog can bring people over to some place. And we know that, these dogs can chase some animals into their herds, right? Anyways, so he then somehow he sent the dog over to the temple. First time, a devotee didn't go to the temple, a dog went to the temple, bring the monks over to the house. Interesting. So the dog went there, and the Buddha knew, okay, this dog is coming from that house. So they started going with the other monks. But don't send any dogs to the temple, huh? When you have a dana, watch it. This will not be very crazy. This is a very interesting one, very exclusive story to the Buddha. But the dog doesn't like Subba is going to give dana. Halfway of the journey, the dog is trying to bring the Buddha and the monks to other roads. The Buddha was watching him, and when he did for the third time, he said, Todeya, you did it when you were alive. Don't do this anymore. This was his father. He was very upset about it. The dog knew that the Buddha recognized him. So he just ran to the house in a different shortcut. And the Buddha went to the house. Then the Subba, the young man Subba, came to the Buddha and said, Bhante, thank you for coming over to our house. And then he asked about something about his father. Then the Buddha said, if you don't mind, I would tell you something. He said, I'm okay. Then the Buddha said to him, this dog is your father. He was very angry about it when the Buddha said, who would like to accept that somebody's father is a dog? If you don't believe, you give some food to him when he's kind of sleeping, talk to his ears, Father, where are the hidden treasures in this house? Right? Okay, I will do it, but with some anger, right? He doesn't like to believe that his father was a dog. And he said to the same thing to the dog. And the dog brought him to the kitchen and then sniffed a certain area of the kitchen. And then the Buddha said, you can dig that place. And then they found out the buried treasures. Interesting story. Right? Now it's about the buried treasures. I mean, people, when they were alive, they sometimes buried treasures. Maybe at that time there were no banks for putting stuff in safe, right? And then the kind of stuff. This is one story. There are multiple other stories about Nidhānas, actually. Lots of Nidhānas, right? But here what you want to understand is that during the time of the Buddha, maybe as an ancient tradition, people used to bury their treasure troves. Right? Puriso Nidhiṇḍa, yes, at that time in India, people do it. I don't think people in today's world do that. People don't dig that down and then put those stuff, right? Anyways, Gambhire Udakantike, where are they normally, leaving those stuff? Gambhire Udakantike. Gambhira means deep. Udakantike. Udakantike means Antike. What do you call? Udaka means water. In a deep pit close to water. Right? Okay, now this could be the ground. This could be the level of the ground where they're going to normally leave their stuff, It's near the water level of the ground. The deep pit close to water. Thinking. What they are thinking by doing so. Atte kicche samuppanne. Atte means atte kicche samuppanne. Atte. Anybody can remember about this word called atta?
There is.
Atta means atta. Atta. The aspirate.
the
welfare, benefit.
Yeah, Atta means a benefit. Now, this is very clear when the Buddha talked to his first group of monks, right? 60 monks, right? When he said to them, Ma ekena dve agamitta, monks, don't go, you two, I mean, you two should not go, on the same road. So you have to, what do you call, spread. You have to spread. It's true, huh? Because when a lot of monks always getting around, the message might not go to other places. Buddha said you have to spread around, go to many places of the country, so people will be benefited. And then he said, Sartakam Sabhyanjana, right? The Dhamma has benefits and all that. So Atha here means benefits, maybe a need to, maybe a duty. And Kicha means, Atte Kiche, Kicha means need. Yeah, need. There are multiple meanings. So Atte Kiche Samuppanni. Now, the person thinks the purpose of burying the treasure, when a duty or need has arisen, Athayami Bhavisati. It will be there to help me. Athaya again will be maybe for my benefit. Bhavisati means this is the future set. What do you call? Future tense. Will be there for me. It will be. The buried treasure will be of help to me one day. So now you understand that there is a human, would say a man here in this instance. He stores his nidhis, treasure troves, what do you call, hidden treasures, in a deep pit closer to water thinking. It shows also the level of, how deep down he's going to dig for his, what do you call, leaving his treasures. Thinking, what do you call, planning, having a wish this way. Athe Kiche Samuppanne, when a duty or a need has arisen, this hidden treasure will be helpful to me. Athaya means Bhavisa. Any questions about this stanza?
One day on this line, Gambhire Uda Kantike.
Yes.
Is there Pali word for the English word thinking?
No, it is implied.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's implied. That's why in Pali, there are so many places where you have to understand the meaning as an implied sense. This is thinking is what is implied here now. Gambhire Udakantike, Atte Kiche Samuppanni, Athayami. We have to understand. Now the man thinks after burying the treasures. Now this particular man starts thinking about what is going to happen, or what do I expect by leaving them, in a deep pit closer to water. All right. If there are no questions, we're going to go to the next one. Now, this does not talk about punya, kamma, anything. This is what you call a reflection, maybe a good picture of how normal people bury their treasures, right? This is then Buddha talks about the good karma side, his own explanation. Let's go. Rajato va duruttassa, chorato ilitassava, inassava pamukkaya, dubbhikke apadasuva, etadattaya lokasmi nidhinaam. Couple things to learn. Rajato duruttassa, right? Duruttassa rajatova. What is duruttassa here? Duruttassa. Duruttassa rajat.
Badly spoken, bad speech.
When you,
slander.
yes, when you bad mouth about the king of the country, right? If you somehow bad mouth about him or her, then you have to wait for some punishments, right? What do you call in a proper word? There's a proper word for this. Yeah, I might remember.
Slandering.
Yeah, slandering is given here. I mean, there's a proper word, English word for that. And people.
Hello, Bhante. Is it traitor? Is it traitor?
Maybe there's another word, but I might remember. Thank you for suggestions. Yeah. So now at that time, people were thinking there are dangers, some of the possible dangers that they might encounter. One is in case somebody, or maybe the king thinks, or maybe king tricks me into a possible potential bad mouthing about him. So I need some treasures. I need some, defamation. Yes, definitely defamation is one thing. Well, there's another English word, probably, I can remember. Rajatova duruttasa, to free me from a king, maybe a queen if slandered. Now you know that when that happens, that particular person needs some treasures, maybe to help out, maybe to pay a fine or something like that. Chorato pilitasava. Chorato?
Stolen, thief.
Chorato means?
Thief.
A thief.
From a thief.
A thief. Now, the Buddha sometimes means bandits, looters. At that time, there were looters on the road, right? They try to stop people and they try to, do things at that time. So he sometimes picked up these looters, maybe here general thieves, right? So, chorato pilitasava, or from a thief if harassed, right? Now, because at that time there was not a very sophisticated bank system, so people always carry what they have, right? Now remember, there was a thought that when the bank system was slowly introduced into people, some people were questioning, why do we want to bring our money to the bank? It's our money, right? Why do we bring our money to the bank? I keep my money in my house. But later on, slowly, gradually, they thought to them, no, this is safer than our house. Nowadays, we feel like people should not keep money in their house. That is dangerous. Anytime there could be a potential break-in, right? So they're going to bring the money. They have some wealth management. But at that time, people were carrying whatever they didn't have the coins, and mostly coins and paper bills. They were carrying all these precious, materials, gold, diamond, silver, wherever they go. So they are always a target of bandits, looters. That's why the Buddha said, because do not accept gold, diamond, silver. Jata, rupa, rajata, patiggahana. Right? You could say that there is an area where people think about money. Money is not evil. It is the way how you use the money that's going to be evil, right? So the Buddha said, do not accept gold, diamonds, because you don't have anything. You are just going on the streets. Not like today, right? You may have lots of troubles on the road from animals, from thieves, looters, right? But now money has become digital, right? It has become digital. Nobody's carrying that much money. So here, what we understand is the person who is burying his treasures thinks to himself or to herself that there are very important plans that I have about this burying the treasures. One thing is from the king's potential punishments or something, maybe fines. Another one is about the potential attacks from the thieves or bandits or looters on the road. Then, inasava pamokkaya. Inasava. This word is very interesting. Inner. What is inner? Inner.
Debt.
Debt. Debt. Have you ever found out this word anywhere? Inner. Now, there's a certain rule for the big monks, monastics. Whenever they consume the food, whatever the food given by food, maybe housing, viharas, kutis, maybe clothing, they are using the medicinal drinks that were offered by other people. They always have to practice wise reflection while they are having them. If not, they are creating debt to the devotees. Interesting, right? Because they are not their stuff. They were given by the devotees. So, inner paribhoga, this Pali word, interesting Pali word. Maybe we can type it on the internet just to see any more information. Inner paribhoga. You can see here two kinds of reflection, Pachavekkana. Owing debt, inner paribhoga. On that, see here. Yeah, see paribhogas, four kinds of use. Teya paribhoga, inner paribhoga. Yeah. So here, inner paribhoga. Inner, this means debt. Use like owing debt. Use of requisites by a moral person without due reflection is like owing a debt. One should reflect every time a robe is used, every time a morsel of food is eaten. Failing to do so at the time of using these requisites, one should reflect on them in the morning, at dusk, during the first watch, middle watch, last watch of the night. If dawn breaks without his making such reflection, he or she finds himself in the position of one who owes debt. So, nobody, no monastic would like to owe any debt to anybody, right? Because they are other people's stuff. They have to be properly used. They have to be used wise. So, inner means debt. Even monastics might not use financial matters that much, but if they are not using them properly, not using them under wise reflection, Pachavekkana method, they are creating debt. So, once again, the word inner. Inassava pamukkaya. But for the lay people, they might have debt. For you might have to apply for a mortgage, you might have to apply for a loan, maybe a business loan. Yeah, definitely, because you are lay people. At that point, you may think about, I mean, if this person was to think this way, okay, my buried treasures will be of help to me one day if I have to pay for my liabilities, right? I get a loan, but I may not be able to pay back in time, so I can't work anymore. So here are the stuff under the, place. Inner means, once again, debt, but it has a pamukkaya. Pamukkaya. Now, this word is interesting too. See this word a little bit. This way. Yeah. Right, let's take this way. Pamukkaya. Now, mokkha. What is mokkha? Mokkha.
Do you say liberation?
Mokkha means liberation, nibbana. In Sanskrit, we call it moksha. Moksha, right? Moksha in Sanskrit. Then, the primary meaning of mokkha is to release from something, right? It is to release. Now, when you see the monastics rule, pati mokkha. Why is it called pati mokkha? Now, there's another word here. We will add this one. Pati mokkha. Pati mokkha. This pati. This is the purpose of the Vinaya. Vinaya's purpose is to inspire whatever the things for the Patimokkha. Patimokkha means whatever the Vinaya rules for the monastic Sangha, whoever, are conducive to liberation. If any rule is not going to help anybody to attain liberation, then that rule is going to be a rule to be considered. Right? Patimokka means that. Patimokka. So here mokka means to release. It is a general idea. It is not only the Nibbana. Right? Now here what we call not patimokka. Pamokka. Pamokkai. Right? Inassava pamokkai. That means release me from debt. What are the good plans that people have in today's world about debt? What are they doing in order to release from potential debts one day? Do people get a lot of loans in today's world? They do, right?
Frightening, very frightening.
It's frightening. One very simple example of getting a loan is credit card. Credit card, it's a loan, right? It's not your money. The bank says, don't worry, you pay the minimum. You just pay the minimum. And then, but you can just pay the rest, but you are paying a lot of interest for that. So initial, like a very simple way of looking at the debt is the credit card. It's okay. You have to go by society. It's not that credit card is bad. It is the person who is going to use that credit card could create issues, right? So debt. Now, if you see what you call in the what is that sutta? Sigaluvada Sutta, right? Ekena bhoge bunjaya dvihi kammam payojai chatuttancha nidhapeya apada asubhavisati. The Buddha says, Buddha actually presents a very interesting formula for money management. He says, don't take it literally. You have to look at it from different avenues. Some people would like to say, okay, I make like 3,000, but how can I make like only, how can I use only 1,000 for myself and 2,000 for business? The formula has to be understood in a proper way, not in the same way how the Buddha gave to Indian society. The Buddha says, let's go back to the text here. All right, here. Ekena bhoge bunjay. This is for the consumption. See, consumption. Then dvihi kamma. 2 portions are to use for investment, business, or whatever. The 4th portion is to nidhapeya. Interesting. This means this idea, what you call nidhi idea. So the Buddha says here that more money need to be what you call invested. Have you ever heard that the Buddha asks you to invest money?
Yes.
A lot of people only know that Buddha only asks us to go to Nibbana. They don't know about this money management. They always go by the Western economics. No, we are very rich in that too. Buddha says money is not evil. It is how you use can be evil. Because you can't, even a monastic, who is going to pay for the tickets of the monastic? If he might not touch the money, but somebody has to use the money for him. Right? So using the money indirectly can come to anybody. So here Buddha says, use less, invest more, and then set aside 1 portion of that, whatever the salary or whatever the money you have for the future. That one has ekena bhoge bunjaya, use 1 portion. Dvihi kammam payoje, 2 portions should be going to the whatever your plans. And then chatuttancha nidhapeya. The 4th section has to be nidhapeya. At that time, there were no banks to bring your diamond and gold. Nidhapeya, same idea. That means you are going to bury under the proper place. Because apadasu bhavisati. We don't know what emergencies will arise in your life. You may have a medical emergency. You don't want to go and beg for people. Give me money, give me money. You know, that's going to be really awkward. So the Buddha said, you have to plan ahead for your emergencies. That means a good Buddhist should be well prepared. Is well prepared. Is very built in with all this understanding. It's not like leaving everything and then thinking somebody has to help. Right? So apadasu bhavisati. That means Buddha asks us to at that time. Now you don't think that people have to bury all the treasures under the what you call earth. There are new ways to do that, right? You may have a wealth management plan, maybe for your generations. All right. Inassa pamukkaya. Dubbikhe apadasuva. Another issue is dubbikha. You can see bikha here. Dubbikha. Dubbikha means, what does bikha means? Bikha. Bikha. Now, what do Sangha tell you when you are offering, when you are holding when you are touching that table? What are they asking you to say? You are touching the whole table and then you are respecting, you are saying some statements. Huh? What are they asking you to read? Imang bhikkhaṃ bhikkhu sanghassa dema. What does it mean? Imang bhikkhaṃ bhikkhu sanghassa. Now, let's see the bhikkha here. It is this word, bhikkha.
Imang bhikkhaṃ bhikkhu sanghassa dema.
Bhikkha. What is bhikkha? Now you know bhikkhu. You know this word. Same word. It is the same word, but at the end you see U, not A. What is bhikkha? What is bhikkhu?
Arms foot.
Bhikkha means?
Arms foot.
Yeah. Bhikkha means food. Okay. Then bhikkhu?
Monks.
Bhikkhu, because the Sangha who is relying on that food, right? Here it says, it is adding another word, preposition over here. See, dubbikha. Dubbikha means a famine. A famine, which means what do you call? A time that there are no food. Do you know a good timing? I mean, a similar timing that happened at the Buddha's time? Remember? The background story to Ratana Sutta. You see, people died of famine. People died of no food, right? Famine, dubbikha, right? So now this person thinks another benefit of burying the treasures. It is when there is a famine, so I have stuff, I have some good materials down there, I can use them to make, probably to do something out of it. Dubbikha, apadasuva. Apadasu. Apadasu means?
Misfortune.
Accidents, misfortunes. Do these misfortunes come to us by telling us, hey, tomorrow you will have a misfortune? Are they telling us? Or we have to be ready at any time? Right? We have to be ready. Now, there is a verse in Sanskrit, it says, if you want to check someone's patience, check when that person is going through a difficult time. Like whenever you are okay, you are good, you will say you are very patient enough about it. Your real patience needs to be tested upon how you are going to encounter a difficult time in your life. Right? It is true. Like when you come to the temple for the retreat, for the meditation retreat, you are already calm your mind. Your mind is already calm because you know where you're going. But your mind has to be always calm. In the same way, here, apadas, what you call emergencies, can come anytime. We have to be ready. Now, this person also thinks that I may have other emergencies. I have to get ready. I will be getting ready for them with this very precious. Now, eta dattaya lokasmin. Lokasmin is here. Eta dattaya, for this kind of things. Nidhikaṇḍa, these are the purposes of burying. These are the purposes of burying, what you call these treasures. Nidhikaṇḍa nidhiyati. Nidhis are stored up. These are the purposes of nidhis being stored up. Hidden treasures are being stored up in those places to achieve these purposes. What you call to get rid of any potential issues from the kings, maybe from the thieves, from the debts, to release from any potential debts in the future, from famines, lack of food issue, lack of food situations, from accidents. These are the purpose of heta dattaya. These are the purposes of someone to have their nidhi stored up in the verb in different types of places. Now, still the Buddha doesn't talk about punya here, maybe kusala, whatever, but still the Buddha is saying why people bury their treasures under the ground. He's telling us the nature, how people do it, the purposes. All right, any questions about these two and the topic today? Yes.
Bhante,
Yes.
for the last sentence, what is the function of nama in the sentence?
Yeah, nama, nidhikaṇḍa. Now, nama means this, and what do you call nama means the stanza introduces the word nidhi. Now, nidhi is being defined here. Nama means this, what do you call the word, this idea of the nidhi. Right? It is also implied. It is not. It is not particularly given as a translation here. What are the other similar Pali words like this? Like what is nam? Nama means these aggregates. What is rupa? Rupa means. So in the same way, nidhi means, right? Nidhi means something that is used for these purposes, right? It does not say the very, what you call, lofty meaning of nama, right? The lofty meaning of nama is nama rupa concept. It is not here. This is a very primary basic idea of nama.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. All right. Any questions about any other context here? Yes, Susan.
Bhante, I have bika as food, but I haven't got the meaning of bhikkhu.
Bhikkha is food. Bhikkhu is monk.
Oh.
Yeah, monk.
Thank you.
Now, whenever devotees are going to offer anything, actually they have to say it. Monks should not get them to read it. They have to say it in Pali, right? Like normally when devotees are taking 5 precepts, they have to say all that, but monks also taking the precept at the end. They also say Panadipata Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiya, right? Anyways, so devotees are supposed to say Bhante, Imam, Bhikkhan, Bhikkhu Sangha, whatever, right? And they are just accepting whatever they say. So bhikkha means food. I would say meals. Yeah.
Bhante, what is wa? Sometimes use to.
Wa means O-R in English. Now here, let's see again. Now see here. Maybe I'm going to erase this part. Yeah, you can see here. Rajato va, chorato va. Va means O. You can see here. O. It's a preposition only. There are many prepositions for O. Udahu, va. It depends. So yeah, don't worry about such. Like when you are reading, mostly take the meaning, the meaning of the bigger words, but time to time try to understand those slight, observations too.
How about C-A, church?
Cha means end, A-N-D.
N, E-N-D, the end. Is it?
A-N-D.
A-N-T, ant.
N.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, A-N-T going to be an ant. A-N-D, N. Yes. You can find a example over here. I don't think we find something here about ant. See. Yeah, no. All right. Any more questions about today? The idea.
Bhante, this
Yes.
the first verse. I think this is going to be a very interesting sutta because the first verse, second line, Gambire udakantike, in a deep pit close to water. I'm not sure about the rest of the verses, but close to water, just like the Anatta Pindika story, is going to be washed away.
Yeah, maybe they also had done the same way, but maybe there might have been a issue all of a sudden, natural issue, right? Normally, I think there must have a certain standard in marine treasures, not to cross that water level. Maybe what do you call, little higher than that water level of the ground. Now, I have heard in some Sanskrit books they say, if you are in the forest, you are not looking for water. If you cannot look for the water, but if you see a frog somewhere, down the frog normally you don't see the water with the frog, but if you dig like five I would say feet down the same place the frog, you will see the water. There are certain thoughts, ideas about this water levels of the ground. But anyways, people did it with a good plan at that time, but those plans were contingent upon natural disasters. I think what must have happened to another Pentecost things, could be a reason of one of them.
Thank you, but
yes. But I hope none of you are going to bury treasures, huh? You are not supposed to bury treasures under the places. You have modern ways to, save them. Yeah. But this is an idea at that time, right? Now, Buddha is trying to get at the good karmas here. After these stanzas, he's trying to bring people to a very revolutionized understanding about the nidhi. He says, this is not the nidhi. Nidhi, a good nidhi is something else. Think about it. Then he's bringing good karmas to that level. This is what you are doing so far. Okay? Maybe if you look at some of the teachings, I would say a good one is Aditya Sutta. Let's go to Aditya Sutta. Sutta, Samyutta Nikaya. It has a similar idea actually. Aditya Sutta. Right? It's not this one. This one. When a house is on fire, the vessel salvage is the one that will be of use, not the one left to burn. Now in this, what do you call it? Let's see the Pali one here. All right. Adittasmin agarasmi yanni harti bhajana tantasa bhoti attaya nochayakata. When the house is in fire, if you can go inside the house and take something out, that item will be of use. And then the Buddha says that if somebody can offer dana, nihari teva dani, right? The good karmas that person is creating cannot be stolen by the king. The same idea, the nidhi idea is coming. You can see in other suttas too. If somebody is making what you call good karmas, the result of the good karmas, the repercussions of the good karmas cannot be confiscated by the king, cannot be taken away by the thieves or kings or whoever. But the Buddha also asks, do not stick to the good karmas in a greedy way. My good karmas, I'm better than you. I have done more good karmas than you. This is another end. But initially, Buddha says, Nidhi means the Buddhist way of looking at the Nidhi is not amassing a lot of wealth and burying under the ground. It's about creating good karmas, not attaching to your good karmas. Some people, they are making lots of good karma. They're so much attached to their good karmas. And they are creating another tanha out of it. Right? So this is the main idea of this Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. All right, let's see if you have one more question, probably.
Bhante, may
Yes.
I ask, like this votive offering, so the treasures, like gems, all this, is for the future generation to discover. So there's a tank, but it's been buried one, isn't it? Normally stupa, installation of stupa, they will enshrine those votive offerings. So it's been buried one. That's why when there's war or any invasion, they will attack the stupa first for these gems.
Yeah, that is a different story of this topic, actually. I mean, generally, Buddha didn't say to people, you should not, you should stop burying treasures under the ground. He said there's a better way of, keeping your treasures, bringing them into the good karmas. That's the idea. But then, if you look at the ancient traditions, sometimes they have enshrined those relics in those pagodas. Maybe they have done it. You have to look at it from a different aspect, maybe preservation of some of the Buddhist cultural things. But normally from the Dhamma side, we have a different way to look at it. So as devotees who are working with local temples, you have to look at the both sides. This is my idea.
Okay, thank you.
In your personal Dhamma practice, it's better to view Nidhi as a place of your good karmas rather than material treasures.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Bhante, one more question. Is it okay?
Yes.
Bhante, verse 2, just now Bhante was looking for the word Rajato va duruttasa, defamation, slander. How about blasphemy? Like Thailand?
That's the word I was looking for. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, good.
But,
Thank you for that.
it won't save us from blasphemy if we from the blasphemy laws if we're in Thailand.
Yeah. I understand. Yes. No, I mean, Buddha was living in a very highly, hierarchical royal society, right? So he had to, it was the notion of people, and he had to present his Dhamma according to these legal system. So he could not bypass them sometimes, right? And people had to obey. That's why when people think about these, nidhis, precious, they thought so. If you go to a country where there is no good financial management, when people don't feel safe about their money, they will also do the same thing. I think they are still doing nidhi plans, right? Sometimes they do to evade the country tax system. They don't bring the money and then deposit in the banks. The revenues are going to catch them. Anyways, so this is an idea. All right, so today we discuss about the first two stanzas about Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta literally means the words, a small portion of treasures. Now here we take it, this is not the very famous treasures. This is a revolution, right? I would say a new way of looking at nidhis from a Buddhist perspective. That is coming up in the other stanzas. So we can give a contextual translation to this, what we call reserve fund. Reserve fund, not the reserve fund you have with the banks. Reserve fund in terms of your, sansaric life till you attain Nibbana. Because you can't just go without doing good karmas too, right? Till you attain Nibbana, you should be able to live well, you should have some money, you should have happiness. Otherwise, how are you going to think about a better happiness? If Nibbana is the highest happiness, you should have some happiness to think about that better happiness, higher happiness. That's why this nidhi is very important, right? All right. So let's leave the rest, another 2 stanzas for next Monday. We're going to now transfer the good karmas. Sadhu, sadhu. Now we're going to transfer all the good karmas to Vinyati Petas. May all the good karmas be transferred to all these departed ones. If the departed ones were reborn in a place of discomfort, pain, may they be able to release from those places of pain. If they were reborn already in a place of happiness, Kamasukati, may they be able to improve the standards of those places, realms. And also listen to more Dhamma and practice, apply more Dhamma, and finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita untu nyate. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita untu nyate. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita untu nyate. May Deva, Naga, Mahindika be well and happy and will share all these good karmas. May they protect and bless all of you, all of us, for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety. In particular, may they bless you, take care of you, especially for your Dhamma journey till you attain Nibbana. May Deva, Naga, Mahindika finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha ammehi samvatam punya sampradam Sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya ittavata cha ammehi samvatam punya sampradam sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya ittavata cha ammehi samvatam punya sampradam sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Akasattha cha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu lokasasana. Akasattha cha bhummanta devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanam. Akasattha cha bhummanta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Mam Paranti Chirang Rakhantu Tvam Sadati. In this samsaric life, may we be in the company of Kalyana Mittas, and also may we be able to be in the company of the Kalyana Mittas till we attain Nibbana and not with the Papa Mittas. Thinking thus, we're going to make this wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagam satang samagam hotu yavanibbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which you've been accumulated today by learning the first 2 stanzas of the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siris nichang vandha pachayino chattaru dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samijjati. Sadhu, sadhu. Right, with that transference of merits, our OPRC class is over for today. I'm wishing you a good night and seeing you next Thursday at the same time with another 2 stanzas.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Good evening. Take care.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
If you have any more
Thank you,
questions, you can
Bhante.
send a message to me. Always
Thank you
willing
very much,
to
Bhante.
answer.
Thank
If
you,
you are
Bhante.
shy,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Take care, Bhante.
Take care
Thank
too.
you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhante.
you. Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Take care, everybody.
Sure.
Bye. Thank you.
Bhante,
Good night.
Yes, Corina.
last week's recording if you don't mind, can send to me.
Yes, yes, I can. Yes.
But last week I was in KL, so I missed that
Oh.
part.
How's
Sorry.
your boss now?
I heard he's already out of ICU now in normal ward. I have
Oh.
yet to contact him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let
good,
him
good.
rest.
I will keep him in the prayers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night, Rashmi.
Take care.
Samita,
Thank
have a
you.
good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
thank
Take
you.
care.
Good night, Bhante.
Yeah.
Take care.
Good night.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
All right, then.
So,
Good
where's
night.
your friend? She must be in Japan, huh?
No, she just got back today. Just got back this evening.
Oh, good, good,
This
good.
evening only she arrived home.
Oh,
So she's
okay.
busy.
Okay, okay.
Bye.
Send our regards to him. Okay.